The story of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most famous presidents in the history of the United States. He is remembered for his leadership during one of the country's most difficult times, the American Civil War, and for his efforts to end slavery. Let's take a closer look at his life and how he became such an important figure in American history. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a small log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky. His family was very poor, and they had to work hard just to survive. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a farmer, and his mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, took care of the family. Abraham had one brother, Thomas, but sadly, his brother died when Abraham was very young. Growing up, Abraham didn't have much formal education. In fact, he only attended school for about 1 year. However, he loved reading and learning. He would borrow books from neighbors and read by the firelight, teaching himself as much as he could. His love of reading helped him develop a strong understanding of many subjects, including law, history, and politics. As a young man, Lincoln worked many different jobs to help his family. He worked as a farmhand, a store clerk, and even as a surveyor, measuring land. He also worked in a general store and became known for his honesty and ability to get along with people. In his early 20s, Lincoln moved to New Salem, Illinois, where he began to gain attention for his ability to speak and debate. He became a store owner and also started to learn about law. Lincoln became so interested in law that he decided to study it on his own. After many years of hard work and learning, he became a lawyer in 1836. Abraham Lincoln's political career began when he was elected to the Illinois state legislature in 1834. During this time, he started to form his opinions on issues like slavery, economics, and the future of the United States. He believed in the importance of unity and wanted to make the country a better place for everyone. In 1846, Lincoln was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. He served one term in Congress, but after that, he returned to his law practice. However, in the 1850s, a major event in American history brought Lincoln back to politics. The Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, allowing new territories to decide for themselves whether to allow slavery. This caused many people to question whether slavery should be allowed in the United States. Lincoln strongly opposed the expansion of slavery and spoke out against it. In 1858, he ran for a seat in the U.S. Senate against a man named Stephen A. Douglas. Although Lincoln did not win the Senate seat, the debates between him and Douglas became very famous. In these debates, Lincoln argued against slavery, saying it was wrong and should not spread to new territories. These debates made him more popular and helped him gain national recognition. In 1860, Lincoln ran for President of the United States as the candidate of the Republican Party, which was founded in part to stop the expansion of slavery. Lincoln won the election, but his victory angered many people in the southern states, where slavery was legal. They feared that Lincoln would try to abolish slavery completely. Shortly after Lincoln was elected president, 7 southern states decided to leave the United States and form their own country, called the Confederate States of America. This decision led to the outbreak of the American Civil War in 1861. The Civil War was a time of great sadness and destruction for the United States. It lasted from 1861 to 1865 and was fought between the northern states, the Union, and the southern states, the Confederacy, which had seceded from the Union. The war was mainly about the issue of slavery. The southern states wanted to keep slavery, while the northern states wanted to end it. Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War was very important. He worked hard to keep the country united and to protect the Union. He faced many challenges, including military defeats, political opposition, and personal doubts. However, Lincoln never gave up. He believed that the United States should remain one country and that slavery should end. One of the most important things Lincoln did during the war was issue the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. This executive order declared that all slaves in the Southern states would be freed. While the Emancipation Proclamation did not immediately end slavery everywhere, it was a critical step toward the eventual abolition of slavery in the United States. Another moment that showed Lincoln's leadership was his famous speech, the Gettysburg Address, delivered on November 19, 1863, at the site of a major battle in the Civil War. In this speech, Lincoln reminded the country of the founding ideals of the United States: liberty, equality, and democracy. He called for a new birth of freedom and said that the United States should be a place where government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. The Gettysburg Address is one of the most famous speeches in American history and is remembered for its powerful message of unity and equality. After 4 years of fighting, the Union, under Lincoln's leadership, won the Civil War in 1865. The Southern states were forced to rejoin the Union, and slavery was officially abolished with the passage of the 13th Amendment in December 1865. Lincoln's dream of a united, free nation was finally becoming a reality. However, just days after the Confederate Army surrendered, Lincoln's life was tragically cut short. On April 14, 1865, while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, an actor who supported the South. Lincoln died the following day, on April 15, 1865, just days after the end of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln's life and presidency left a lasting impact on the United States. He is remembered as one of the greatest American presidents because of his leadership during the Civil War, his efforts to end slavery, and his commitment to preserving the Union. Lincoln is often seen as a symbol of freedom, equality, and democracy. Today, Lincoln's memory is honored in many ways, including the famous Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., where people from all over the world visit to reflect on his life and legacy. His speeches and writings continue to inspire people around the world, reminding them of the importance of justice, liberty, and the fight for what is right. Abraham Lincoln's story shows how one person's leadership and determination can change the course of history. He faced enormous challenges, but his vision for a better America never wavered. Lincoln's legacy lives on, and he remains one of the most admired figures in world history.